Hi, welcome to ASU Prep Local. We are just getting started.
Welcome to our local cinematography classroom. Right now we're working on our icebreaker activity.
So day to day is actually pretty easy. So coming in, we start about around 9 o'clock. We usually do some sort of small activity in the morning. Usually I'm the one leading that, and it's some sort of fun game or icebreaker activity that really kind of sets the scene for the rest of the day.
Now, we are beginning our daily work time, and soon you'll have a chance to hear from some of our students and PLAs.
I'm Jake Pinelster. I'm founding director of the Media and Immersive Experience Center, the Mix Center, and I am, I suppose, the coordinator of the venue for the hybrid program, the person who arranged to make the space available. Well, I think the whole Mix Center and everyone around here benefits from having the ASU Prep Local here because I think you all make more comprehensive use of this building than any other group of students. You've got to be more a part of more things in this building than any other single major or population. And I think it's really great to see that happen and to see what can come out of it. And I also just think it's always good to have multiple generations around in the same pool. Like, I like the fact that we have community artists here that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, that we have graduate students, we have undergraduate students, and now we have high school students and youth. And so doing things like ASU Prep Local and also doing like Camp Level Up over the summer, which is our program for students on the autism spectrum to learn game design and development, like those types of opening up the building and opening up the programs to new populations is both beneficial to the populations but also beneficial to the rest of the community in the building.
They have the opportunity to use the equipment at this state-of-the-art building, which includes green screen rooms, sound production rooms, theaters, all kinds of different equipment, Adobe Premiere, and the computer labs, and things that traditional public schools don't have. And this allows our students the opportunity to learn and engage in career fields that they wouldn't have the opportunity to do in a traditional public school. Things about being at the Mix Center is our students have the opportunity to feel like they're on a college campus, engaging with each other in a setting where college students are, and really getting to take advantage of the resources that this building has available to them as they are working through their coursework through ASU Prep Digital.
I think the most fun we've had working with equipment is just working with the green screen. The things that you've created with the green screen have been really fun and exciting. I think most students hadn't worked with a green screen before this, and so I think it was the most unique space that we've used. I mean, the films that you're making are really high quality films. I think that is one of the most beneficial things of using this space and using the equipment.
The most interesting project I've seen out of all my cohorts within the cinematography class has been the chocolate bar thief. And I think a lot of that comes from just the huge leap that the students had to take in order to kind of figure out what it is they were going to do. They were provided with a very short and very minimalistic script. So there were no talking. It was really just a page of action that two people were kind of not necessarily fighting over this chocolate bar, but two people had this issue.
As you can see, there are several green screens covering the walls of this room. Green screens are used to take an object and put it in a different location and add special effects to films. Green screens use a technique known as chroma keying, a technique used in post-production to composite two images or videos together using color hues. The technique allows cinematographers to completely remove backgrounds from photos and videos. The technique has been used for more than a century, with its first use being in 1898 by George Albert Smith, using a black cloth to make an object disappear from a background. As digital filming became increasingly popular throughout the decades, the popularity of the blue and later green screen increased alongside it. The ability to easily remove and edit sections of a photo/video with the use of these screens was something filmmakers couldn't pass up. To demonstrate the power of green screens, we've set up a few props behind me to demonstrate the background with and without it. The creative freedom our green screens provide students promotes innovative, outside-the-box thinking and makes practically any idea they can think of in a film a reality. One may wonder how ASU Prep Local cinematography program stands out from other programs. In addition to the green screen room, film students are also provided with professional film equipment by the ASU Mix Center themselves. Robert will now guide you towards the equipment storage room.
We've now arrived at the equipment storage room. This is where the Mix Center keeps all of its film equipment, particularly cameras, lighting kits, and sound equipment. The Mix Center ensures that students participating in our cinematography program are provided with state-of-the-art film equipment. By providing students with the technology needed to thrive in today's film industry, our program provides students with experience in managing film equipment in tandem.
From the beginning of the Mix Center's design, one of the things that I've been most concerned about is that it stays connected to as many parts of the community and to the ASU as possible. Because if it became its own thing where it was just entirely filled with its own programs, I spent a lot of time worrying that it would just become this vestigial appendage that was not really necessary or engaged with anyone, that it was just this thing out there, kind of an island. So that's why we spend so much time trying to figure out how can we get the largest number of different populations in this building, the most community groups, the most number of different academic programs, the most number of disciplines, and the ASU Prep Local program is a huge part of that.
As a result, students are provided with the right materials needed to produce films at the professional level. For future generations to come, this program is an ample choice for students looking to succeed as a cinematographer in the film industry. When students have finished assembling the footage of their film, they enter the final phase of production, involved in creating a film. This is known as the post-production phase, which involves incorporating auditory and visual effects into the film. Students are provided state-of-the-art computers in the editing bay to add the final touches to their film. Kyla will take you to upstairs to room 228 to show you around. Welcome to one of our tiny editing bays here at the Mix Center. In these editing bays, you can find students editing and working on projects. Let's go ahead and see one right now.
Today we were working on the documentary you're actually watching right now, and this is where we edit, put together, and polish our footage. Hey, Jacob, what are you working on?
I'm working on the documentary for.
What kind of program do you use?
I am using Adobe Premiere Pro to edit the documentary for our,
What do you think is like the most, best thing you've learned from Adobe Premiere?
Okay, so the best thing I've learned from Adobe Premiere Pro is really how to edit. I haven't used this program prior to this class, but after I've taken this program, I've been able to learn how to edit and how to produce my own films
Cool. Well, let's take it to the big theater. Here we are at one of the theaters at the Mix Center. The one we're about to go to is on the second floor. Let's take a look inside, shall we?
Here we have our amazing movie theater where we can watch student films like this one. Lights. Thank you. Yep.
favorite thing that ASU Prep Local has done is really allowed for students to be in small cohorts and really build community with each other and find a really safe space to be with each other, respecting each other, really accepting everyone, which I don't think is something that happens in a traditional public school.
Most people here are like really, really friendly, and I've gotten a lot closer throughout the year. We are more bonded with everyone here, so you can always talk to somebody about a problem that we have.
I think my relationship with the students is unique in that I've gotten the chance to get to know all of my students and really care about them and have a personal relationship with them. I think having Mr. Scott also as a friend and colleague has been so powerful for our class, has really helped us build the community that we imagined that we would build when we started this. So I think it's been a huge success, and I think it's a different relationship than what I've had in the past, where I've had time and really I've invested a lot of myself into this program. So I think I'm really proud of what we've built, but I also am really proud of the relationships and the community that we've built. Above anything else, I think that's what I'm most proud of.
People here are really friendly to each other and really seem to get along and become really good friends. There's a lot of people in this class that live in different areas around Phoenix itself, but have become really fast friends enough that they're doing things outside of school or hanging out with each other on the weekends. And even though they're from Upper Scottsdale and all the way over in Mesa. So it's been great. It's been this very interesting, pile of different people.
We have so many different diverse students who have different interests, who may typically not be friends because they maybe don't have on the surface a lot in common, but we've been able to find commonalities and build really strong community.
My PLAs are pretty nice. They're nice to everyone, they're accepting, and they do their best to help when we don't understand something on the assignment.
I mean, when my students first started, some of them hadn't been in a classroom for 3 to 4 years, and so the fact that we've built a community where everyone feels welcome and they feel comfortable, I think that's the most exciting thing, and maybe surprising thing. Everyone comes from a different background. People come from all over the valley. They come with different experiences, different likes and dislikes, different hobbies, and everyone has really found a place to shine. Our artists are making art for our videos. Our editors are able to use their editing for our videos. Our sound people are able to shine through the sound department. So we've really used everyone's strengths and applied them to our assignment.
These students have connected so much. I see every single day when I walk in what a community they have built, a strong community that they have built that's really based on trust and respect of one another.
So I think it's really important to foster inclusivity, and I think part of that goes back to the idea that we've built a lot of trust in our classroom. So the students have spent a lot of time together, and even doing those silly activities that I mentioned that Mr. Scott makes us do in the beginning of the day foster trust. We also take a lot of time to honor differences and diversity, and I think that's been a really important part of our school culture. So I think fostering inclusivity is always my main goal when I walk into a classroom, and I think through activities, working together, collaborating, playing those silly games, all of those things help foster trust, which helps build a place that values diversity and is really inclusive for all students.
What makes this experience unique from other high schools? I mean, I don't know what wouldn't make it unique from other high schools. I kind of love the project-based learning format. I love that you guys get to take advantage of this space and the people in it. They get to focus on creative projects. I love that you have the flexibility to plan your schedules the rest of the time. I know that some of you have parents and so on that travel and so on. You get to be more involved in that kind of work. For me, I'm a big fan of anything that allows students to break out of what I normally call the industrial model of education that most K through 12 schools are, which is basically that students have to be rammed through the same subjects on the same schedule according to a set of periods, and then they take a test to figure out whether they quality assurance. You know what I mean? I think that's the K through 12 normal system is kind of broken. And so anything that diverges from that, frankly, in my opinion, is good.
Hope you enjoyed the theater. Now it's time to head to the lobby to catch up with Kyla. We hope that you enjoyed this amazing and creative virtual tour of the ASU Mix Center that gave you some insight and inspiration into the film creating universe.
We hope to see you again to join us in this amazing path of cinematography here at the Mix Center.